Hello and welcome to this session of business research methods. Yesterday we had seen in module 3 primary data, classification, evolution, and how actually you prepare yourself for a survey. Today we will go to the next aspect, which is observation research. Observation research also is a type of descriptive research, and there are various types of conducting an observation research. These are research methodologies. Under your descriptive research, you can do a survey method, you can do an observational method. All these are primary data collection. There you are observing through a questionnaire, here you are observing. There is a different parameter for this. Okay, so what is an observational research? Observation means to watch attentively in a scientific manner. In social research, how do you use it? It is planned methodologically, and the watch involves a particular level of accuracy. There is a table, there is a format which is used to systematically observe. So there is another definition which says it is a systematic viewing of a specific phenomena in its proper settings for a specific purpose of gathering information. For example, the proper setting can be a forest. Specific purpose for gathering can be data can be how animals migrate, how birds migrate, right? So another example, specific phenomena in its proper settings. You go to a play home and see how the children are playing for a specific purpose. What is the specific purpose? How their motor skills are developed. Another example, a senior manager goes to the shop floor. What is the specific purpose? He wants to see how the workers are performing, and what information he is gathering. He is finding out from them a variety of things that he wants to know. So these are all the various examples of systematic viewing. In an observation study, the current status of phenomena is determined not by asking but by observing. Okay, so why can't you ask? Because there are very many things that you can observe. Intuitively, you will learn a lot more than by asking. Only certain set of things can be asked. Certain other things, it is better that you do an observation. So it depends on your research problem, your research definition. Based on that, your methodology should be chosen. Right. So let us see what are the various types of observation research. So observation research can be direct or indirect, disguised or undisguised, structured or unstructured, human or mechanical. There are 4 different ways of observation: direct, indirect. We will see what is direct observation vis-a-vis what is indirect observation. So what is a direct observation? Direct observation is observing behavior as it occurs. Indirect is observing the effect of results of a behavior rather than the behavior itself. For example, direct observation is saying 7 days in a week you have to work. Okay, so there is an announcement and people are observing what is the reaction. Okay, now that there were 2 months of holidays, So, direct observation is making an announcement and seeing. Indirect observation is seeing the results. How many people actually come all the 7 days? Is the production going up or not? Is the supply chain being filled or not? Observing the effect of the results rather than the direct observation. Another example. Direct, indirect. You are giving a medicine. So there are both you have to observe. After taking the medicine, what happens? Whether the sneezing stops. You are taking a medicine for allergy. Direct observation, observing whether the sneezing has stopped. Indirect observation is what are the other things that happen. Does the BP goes up? Sugar goes down? Do they become dehydrated? Like this. So there are many examples that you can give, direct and indirect observation. Clear? Right. Let us go to the next aspect. In your normal day-to-day, what are the direct method, indirect method? Exit interview. Exit interview is when you are leaving the campus. Is it direct or indirect? Indirect. You collect some information from people and ask questions. What was your experience? What do you think we should do to make the company better? Right? The next one. Simulations. Simulations are giving some live situations. Role play is a simulation. It's a direct method of evaluation. Behavioral observation. It can be done directly or indirectly. Directly is looking face to face and finding out. Indirectly is another person coming and looking up without the knowledge. Archival data. Indirect method. There is an indirect method. Supposing I want to see how many books in your library is being used. Indirect method will be, instead of asking the librarian or the students, go to the library, see all the books and see how many times each book has been issued. There will be about 60% of the books that are never issued at all. So I come to know that through indirect method that books have 60% of the books have not been issued. Focus group can be again direct or indirect. You watch certain phenomena. Performance appraisal. You directly ask the person and do the performance appraisal. Examination. Direct. External examiner. Direct. Then written surveys. So it is actually direct and indirect. If there are questions that are meant to camouflage, disguise, then it is an indirect way. For example, I don't give the brand name, but I'm not telling which company I am from, but I am taking a survey for soaps. You will not know who is taking the survey. That can be an indirect method. Otherwise, it can be both direct and indirect. Portfolios, oral examination, standardized examination. All these are direct way of studies. Observation. Right. So, next we will go to disguised and undisguised study. What is a disguised and an undisguised study? So it is another observation type. Disguised observation, the subject is unaware that he is being observed. For example, I train about 1,000 frontline staff of a retail store, Big Bazaar, right? So after the training, after 20 days, I have a disguised observation. How? 5 of my employees or colleagues go to randomly chosen Big Bazaar stores, and they are, without the person's notice, the frontline staff's awareness, without telling them, they are observing them, whether the training, whatever has been taught, whether they are actually implementing it or not. That is your disguised observation. Undisguised observation is inspection. There is a clear notification that there is going to be a quality inspection on the 24th of the month, and everybody is ready with that. So it is undisguised observation. So if you look at this, is disguised observation. The person is just looking at the stock levels and taking note of it, not asking any questions. There is a particular format that is there in the tab, and she is looking at all the aspects, various aspects, and just noting it, right? So you can do a variety of these observational methods, right? So the next one is structured and unstructured What is structured? Structured is a researcher identifies beforehand which behavior are to be observed and records. Unstructured is no restrictions is placed on what the observation would note. You see this aspect when a phenomena is very new, okay, it is unstructured, okay, you don't know how gorillas live in the wild. So it is unstructured. First you just go there, pitch your tent and observe them for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 months. After that you will get an idea. Okay, 5 different people, researchers, one will do food habits, the other one will do on communication and calls used by gorillas, the third one will do how they collect, how their hierarchy is. Like this you divide it. Okay, so any study for that matter, first it is unstructured. After you get some knowledge about the study area, then you can structure it. So next is human versus mechanical observation. Human observation, there is a person who is hired and the researcher goes and does the observation. Ethnographic study, for example, normally they say ethnographic studies are human observation studies. That is, you want to study the tribal people of Andaman Nicobar, the only way you will study is human observation. So researchers are there, they will go and observe them, right? Mechanical observation is replaced by some sort of static observing device. In our case today, Facebook, Google, all of them are supposed to be mechanical observations. In fact, if you look at the case of Google. This is Facebook. This is what actually happened. Facebook can learn almost anything about you by using artificial intelligence to analyze your behavior. So this was indirect, disguised, unstructured. They did not know when they were collecting your pictures, your name, age, your relationship status. They did not know how they'll be using it. Right? So it was unstructured from their point of view. And indirect. They collect it, but they don't say that they're going to use it. Right? And you don't know that they are using it for this particular purpose. But see what happened. All personal information of about 87 million Facebook users was sold to this company called Cambridge Analytica. Cambridge Analytica in turn analyzed, which is known as data mining, analyzed these data psychologically, and they found out a huge portion of these people who can be morphed, whose ideas can be changed, whose thoughts can be influenced. And to these people, they used artificial intelligence and started sending a lot of information on why they should choose Trump. Right? And finally, you know the result. Right? So this is today the importance of observation, data collection, data mining. They say that the entire US elections swung because of this data which was sold by Facebook. In turn, this data was, they didn't use, we think they are using it only for advertising. If I travel a lot, then I get a travel advertising. If I am searching for food, then I get advertising from the restaurants. If I keep looking for saris, then I get sari advertisement. So this is, everybody knows this by now. So generally people were only connecting it to Facebook or Google using the data, search data, for on-time, real-time, artificial intelligence for advertising placements. But now the case is on and proved that the entire elections, there was a huge sway because of this data. So we have seen today observational research. What is the classification of observational research? Direct and indirect, disguised and undisguised, structured and unstructured, human and mechanical intervention for observation. Again, to run your memory, observation research is a primary data collection method, is a primary research design which comes under the descriptive research methodology, descriptive research design. Right? Thank you very much.